This video was made possible thanks to the EA Creator Network. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing something a little bit different to my usual content. We're going to be reviewing the newly released Crystal Creations stuff pack. EA gave me a code because I'm in the Creator Network. They didn't pay me for this review, of course, but they did give me the game code. I haven't touched this pack at all yet. I really wanted to save it for this video, so I guess let's just get straight into it. If you guys caught my last video, you'll know that I'm not a huge fan of stuff packs normally, but I was super hyped for this one. It honestly looks really good. So I think we should start off in Create a Sim. Now this is my sim self we're going to be testing all these things out on today. So it seems we have one new aspiration up here, Crystal Crafter. This sim wants to cut gemstones, craft jewellery and harness the power of crystals. Okay, so it seems like we got 4 full body outfits for female sims. Let's give them a go. Oh my god, I absolutely love this one. That's so pretty. Let's have a look at the swatches. I understand that like Cass is so personal and not everybody's gonna like the same things, but like this is the sort of thing that I would download as custom content. It's so pretty. Honestly, the swatches on this are really, really nice. I'm really pleased with all of them. I'll probably use every single one of them in my games. And I could definitely see them paired with like a necklace or something sitting over the turtleneck. That looks really, really nice. Okay, this one I'm not as keen on personally. Okay, those swatches I think maybe changed my mind. I really do like those swatches with the suns and everything on. Okay, this is a little different. It's a bit more eclectic, I feel like, with a little scarf. And I like the fact that all the swatches are kind of in the same theme. They're kind of earth tones and quite neutral. We haven't got like any bright wacky colours that don't really match the pack. And this is the dress. Okay, I feel like it could have been maybe a little bit more like shape hugging around the middle, but again, really, really like the swatches. They're really pretty. Particularly that one, like the green ones are so pretty. Okay, so it looks like we only got 1 top in this category, but we did get 4 full body outfits, so I feel like that's not too shocking, to be honest. I feel like the Cass is generally getting better and better every time we get a release. I don't know about you guys, let me know. And this is the skirt that we got, so let's have a look at the swatches. There's kind of like more pastel-y colours if you're into that, like the blue and the pink, but we've also got like very earthy tones, and I feel like it's so, so beautiful. Just matches the theme really well. Okay, so it looks like we've got 2 pairs of shoes. These, I did see these in the trailer, and to be honest, I wasn't insane about them. The black one looks quite nice, but yeah, I'm not too sure about like the really bright colours with this outfit anyway. So these are the boots. I don't particularly like these, to be honest, but that's just down to personal preference. So the part that we've all been waiting for, the accessories. I'm just gonna have a quick look at these tights. I actually really like these. So you might be wondering why we only got 2 accessories with this pack. That's actually not the case. We can only access 2 in Create a Sim directly, but to access all of the others you have to make them, which I actually think is a really good idea. It kind of makes it feel a little bit more exclusive that you don't have access to everything in Cass, because I feel like that just takes away a lot of the gameplay point, if you know what I mean. So to make the jewellery for this pack, they actually collaborated with a real life simmer, Aretha B. I've downloaded a lot of content from Aretha B, so I was so excited to see this collaboration happening when they announced it. But obviously this is just a frame for now. I think you can obviously customise them in the game after finding crystals and things like that. But I do really like the design of it. I'm a little less keen on this one, but again, it just comes down to personal preference. Okay, so coming up to the head accessories, we have some earrings. They're quite nice. It seems like the item photo doesn't match up to the actual accessory for some reason. We've got a hoop here, and here it's just like a pendant kind of thing. It doesn't, maybe it's the hoop from the front, but that's kind of a little bit confusing to have as the image, I feel like. So I'm just gonna switch back over to this dress just so we can see what it looks like with the jewelry matched up with it. I really like the design. It's so cute. These hairs are really nice. I wasn't expecting them to look nice on my sim, but they kind of do. And I really, really like the fact that they've done such beautiful swatches for the different colours. Like this one's so pretty. I just love the colour combinations they've gone with on this. We have this gorgeous textured hair, and we have the little accessory behind it as well, which obviously changes colour if you change your hair's sim colour. Then we have this one with the little accessory behind it. That looks really original. I don't think I've ever seen a hair accessory like it before, but it's really pretty. Doesn't particularly look good on my sim, but I think that's just because of my face shape is quite unique. And then we have this one. I really, really like the design of this one too. So I just aged me down so we can see what the kids and toddlers got. We did get these little stud earrings. I think that's all that we got for children sims. Oh no, yeah, we did get this little bracelet as well, which you currently can't see because of the incompatibility with the top and the accessory, I guess. I'm having that glitch where it looks like my toddler has a moustache. But I can assure you when I was a baby, I didn't have a moustache like that. They also got the little stud earrings, and I think that's it. It's not a pack with a family theme, so I definitely wasn't expecting anything in those categories. Coming on to male sims now, we did get 4 tops. I really like this waistcoat one. It looks really, really well made. That's definitely one I'm going to be using a lot in my games. I personally prefer the look of layered sweaters, I guess, with like something on underneath. For those of you who don't know, this is Luna. She is extremely comfortable on camera, so I guess she's going to be sat here for the duration of the video. We have this hoodie in a few different swatches as well. I'm not as keen on this one. I don't know, the buttons kind of look a little bit low res. And we have this double shirt kind of going on as well, which I actually really like. I kind of like the fact that it's got details and it's not just another super basic shirt. I can definitely see myself using this one. So we got the same hair for masculine and feminine framed Sims, which isn't an issue, I guess, but I feel like it could have been nice to see some more original masculine hairs for male Sims. I really like how this one looks on my male Sim. We only got one pair of pants for the masculine Sims, but of course, if you untick that little box there, you can obviously mix and match with either, but we didn't get any full body outfits for masculine Sims, so it is still kind of unfairly balanced on the feminine side. We got some boots as well for masculine Sims. I actually really prefer these to the ones that we got for feminine Sims, and we have the same jewelry for masculine and feminine Sims. So I think we can go ahead and load into the game and see what the live mode has to offer. As well as build by, I'm really looking forward to the build by items. So we're starting off in Glimmerbrook. I feel like that was just the most fitting map for this stuff pack. So I've cleared a little area over here in my Spellcaster Sims cottage in preparation for the absolutely lovely build by items that we got with this stuff pack. So this is the wallpaper that we got. I'm absolutely obsessed. I actually feel like the wallpaper would go better upstairs. I'm obsessed with it. It's so pretty. I love the design. Honestly, every single swatch is so gorgeous. I'm really impressed with this. So this is where I'm going to put the Sims Gemology station, but I'll probably be swapping out all of the furniture in the cottage for things from this pack. So we got this little sofa, and I'm just looking through the swatches and they all look really nice once again. I'm less of a fan of the kind of bright orange one. It kind of looks a little too saturated to be real, and the green one as well. But the rest of them are really nice looking, especially this like dark green one here. I think I'm going to go with that one. We got this really nice little console here as well. Really decent swatches. I really like this light wood colour. With that, I guess we can pair this gorgeous mirror here that's very ornate. I'm gonna swap this plant out here for this lovely fern that we got, which honestly I really like. I feel like we have a lot of plants that kind of look like this but aren't exactly this and kind of miss and don't really fit in with a lot of the aesthetics that I use, but this one's really pretty. We got some little clutter items here as well, which are really nice. We got this really nice authentic looking oil lamp. This rug as well, guys. Oh my god, I'm actually obsessed with the stuff in this stuff pack. It might sound like I'm kind of overreacting, but this is like genuine impression from me. And oh my god, the swatches are really different on some of these as well. I really like all of these. So it looks like we have both designs in pretty much every colour, which is so nice to see. It's kind of like we got two rugs in one there. We got this little print as well, guys. I did use Alt to place this because I find it quite annoying that it kind of clips to the very corner like that. So little tip, just place it using Alt. Oh my god, it's so nice. That actually matches one of the wall decorations that we got in Realm of Magic. I actually have it here above my bed upstairs. I really like these swatches. I love the fact that we've got like a little moon chart here and everything. That's so pretty. I think I'm going to use that one. We also got this like almost steampunky standing lamp that's really nice. I think I said this in my previous video, but I really enjoy packs that bring kind of older looking items into build by. And so far this pack honestly is doing super well at that. We also got this like little crystal infographic kind of looking thing. I really like the swatches and the fact that that's like, I think that's an amethyst, but like it's got different jewels on it, which is so cool. Honestly, this stuff is kind of blowing my mind, guys. I'm really impressed. So this is the Gemology station where you can create your crystal creations and hone your gemology skill. So it doesn't actually look like we can put a chair up to this, so I just imagine this like a standing desk. But we do have this little armchair down here with some wheels on it, which is really nice. I wonder if we can actually store anything on this station. No, we can't. It's just literally a functional station, which isn't bad, I guess. So for the shelves, we have a few different items. We've got this really nice plain wooden one with a gorgeous like sculpted detail underneath, which I'm a huge fan of already. These like interstackable cubes, I guess. We also have a little bust here, obviously, to show off things like necklaces, and that fits in there really nicely. And it also fits on top if you want to put something else in the block. We also have this really pretty little display of like plants and crystals. I absolutely love that. We've got this more like classic kind of shelving slash cabinet. This like glass cabinet with more of a gothic kind of inspiration. We also have this really nice bookshelf. I feel like we don't have enough kind of basic good looking bookshelves, so I really like this. This whole aesthetic, guys, is kind of giving me like Ravenclaw Astronomy Tower from Harry Potter. Big fan of this cabinet as well. I'm guessing we can obviously put little decoration things in there. And it looks like we got about 3 slots per shelf as well, which is good. I like the amount of swatches we got for the gemology table. It feels like it could fit a lot of different aesthetics. It's not just, you know, the kind of old time woody thing. Got like a really nice pale one here and like a green one too. We also have like a little cabinet thing here that looks like we can probably put one thing on top of. Oh no, we can put a few things on there. So there's like 4 slots, I think. There's 5 slots on there. That's pretty good. We have this huge, is it a dining table? This is a selling table. Okay, that's really interesting. So obviously we have, with the Home Chef Hustle, we got a stall where you can kind of have a sale if you want to. It kind of starts an event and you can sell basically whatever you want. And it's very smart that they put another table in here. So obviously you can make your own crystal creations and have a little sale if you want to. I'm just gonna check if that is actually, yes, it is. So like you can stock it, you can tend it. And I really like the fact that it's got old briefcases and like crates underneath. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the window just for a moment so we can see some of the wall decorations above the gemology desk. So we have this one with a few tools on it that looks really good above the desk. If you remember the swatches of the gemology desk, this one matches basically like for like every time, so that's really nice. It seems kind of like a basic detail, but sometimes there are items that seem to go together that don't have the same swatches, which is kind of infuriating, to be honest. So it's nice that that's not the case here. And it looks like we got the same bookcase but with a ladder on the side, which is a really nice detail. We also have a little coffee table here. Oh my god, this is stunning. The build by items in this pack, again, it's got all of the same matching swatches as the gemology table, which is such a nice touch. If you want to go with a more kind of pale theme, then you can have that without kind of compromising on different shades. I feel like I've wanted a coffee table like this in the game for so long, but we just don't have like a simple old looking coffee table with some glass in it and that's it. This drives me insane, the fact that we can't just put this thing just in the middle of the wall. Like, I feel like it shouldn't clip to the corners like that. It should just be sitting in the middle like that. I don't know. It's fine, you can use alt to place it, but it's just kind of a bit weird that that's the default. So we have this, looks like it's kind of just like it's loose. It's not in a box or anything. It just kind of pops on there. More tools and a few bits of clutter. Whole jewelry box that would look really nice on like a vanity or something in someone's bedroom. So obviously this is a stuff pack and it's mainly about the build buy items that come with it. And honestly, I feel like they did really, really well in executing the theme of this one. Everything feels really well made and the swatches are amazing on all of these items. So there's one item we haven't looked at, I'm sure you know what it is by now. It's the Mystical Moonlight Crystal Grid. So when you place it in game, you'll get a little tutorial pop up. So if you have any questions about how to use it or anything, then all the info is there. Each crystal has unique properties to discover, from boosting skills and relationships to lucid dreams and power over death itself. I didn't know about the lucid dreams bit. I had seen quite a lot about the avoiding death with the jet, I think it is, and boosting skills and relationships, but the lucid dreams is actually really cool. I'll be interested to see how that's implemented. Place your gemstones and jewelry on a crystal grid outdoors between 7 PM and 7 AM to charge them. The crystal grid charging speed ebbs and flows with the phases of the moon. The full moon will charge your gemstones and jewelry in no time, but expect longer charging times during the new moon. There are special places like Sylvan Glade and Forgotten Grotto where the crystal grid can charge all day. I'm gonna have to look in where the Sylvan Glade is. I don't off the top of my head recognize where that is. When you're done charging your gemstones and jewelry, you can pick them up from the crystal grid and place it in your Sim's home or inventory, or make your Sim wear them. When you're done charging your gemstones and jewelry, you can pick them up from the crystal grid and place it in your Sim's home or inventory, or make your Sim wear them. That's interesting because it means that you don't actually have to equip your Sim with the jewelry if you don't want to benefit from the effects. You can either keep it in the Sim's inventory or just kind of have it in the room and the gemstone will kind of emanate its power, I guess. So gemstones will spread their power to everyone nearby and jewelry will give power to the Sim wearing it with their current outfit, which makes total sense. Sims that complete the Crystal Crafter aspiration will be rewarded with the Attuned trait. So that basically means that the jewelry will lose its charge much slower than someone that doesn't have that trait. And they can also use the interaction Absorb Energy on a charged gemstone or jewelry piece to drain its charge in exchange for a boost to their energy need. It's nice that we have kind of repercussions like that in gameplay. I'm not going to lie, sometimes it feels like we have new features implemented that kind of feel a little bit bit shallow. So that's quite nice to see that it has repercussions. So in anticipation for this pack, I had my sim acquire a few crystals. Obviously there's several ways of getting crystals. You can literally just purchase them on the computer if you wish. You can also purchase them at the flea market in San Myshuno if you have city living. Obviously you can forage around for them in different worlds, or you can find gemstone retail lots on the gallery and literally place down a gemstone shop if you kind of want to have the experience of your sim going to a shop to buy some. I actually already did this for my spellcasters in Glimmerbrook. Before the pack was announced, I went onto the gallery and found a shop that stocked all kind of spellcaster items. Normally with Realm of Magic you have to travel to the Realm of Magic to actually be able to buy any of these spellcaster items, but I thought it would be way more practical if I just had a shop here and a shop there as well. They don't both stock the same exact items, but sometimes if you're in a pinch you just kind of want to run down the road and grab some supplies. My sim is getting proposed to while I'm trying to film this video for you. Oh my god guys, I feel so bad for having to turn him down. I can't believe this. So this is my sim's in-game boyfriend. It's Paolo Rocca. I obviously gave him a makeover as I do, but I feel so terrible. I'm gonna have to exit out of this and not save because they've only been dating for like one sim day and we're just not there yet, you know. So this lot was made by Bacon and Purple on the gallery, so big thank you to them. This way it's a little easier. You don't have to go foraging if you don't want to. Again, it's up to the player. Personally, I really enjoy a mix of foraging and purchasing in a real physical shop. So we've got some plumbite here. I guess we'll get some of that. And now if we hover over gemstones, which is new since we've downloaded the stuff pack, it will tell you the different power levels and the different attributes for each stone, which is really handy if you don't want to go through the whole process before finding out what attributes each stone is going to give you. So I've got a diamond here. I've already got a diamond in my inventory, I believe, so we'll skip that one out. So for example, the emerald crystal will make it more likely that school and career chance cards will succeed, which is kind of niche, but like a really good touch, I guess. The turquoise one makes your sims gain charisma skill faster. Shylonite is kind of like a fertility stone, so you can equip it and be more likely to have twins or triplets. So hematite is the stone that prevents your sims from being able to die. I think I was getting confused with jet earlier, which is the one that summons a Grim Reaper. So I think I'm going to grab some peach, which increases relationship with family members faster and dissolves sims anger, which is a really interesting quirk. And I think I'm going to get some sapphire and some amazonite. I know that that one is only available in the Jungle Adventures expansion pack. One thing I do just want to touch on is you can come over to your household collections with this little diamond button over here. So in household collections you can actually see all of the gemstones and metals that your sim has ever come across, as well as all of the other categories of collectible items. This is super useful if you kind of want to keep track of the different crystals that you've had in your game and the ones that you're missing as well. So we did get a few new ones with this crystal stuff pack. We got 3 extra gemstones, which doesn't seem like a lot considering the whole pack is based around that, but in total we do have 36 different crystals, which is quite a lot. Most of them are from the base game, and you've got a few like Get to Work and Jungle Adventures that come and add 2 or 3 each. Apparently you can make over 1,000 different combinations of jewelry with these different metals and crystals, which is huge. So let's just have our sim run home and give the whole crystal creations thing a try. So now we have a few more different crystals and things in our inventory, so we can get started on making some different pieces of jewelry. So now when we click on one of the crystals in the Sims inventory, we can see that there's a few different interactions available. So the Geo Council ones were there already, but we can also send to jeweler for refinement, which I guess is kind of doing the job for you if you don't want your sim to actually have that skill and have a table and everything. You can also just cut the gemstone and design jewelry. So what happens if we cut the gemstone? Wow, okay, so what we can do is that you can get your gemstones cut differently depending on how much gemology skill your sim has. To be honest, I was kind of expecting it to just be one generic shape of gemstone, like a round or like a rectangle thing, but this is really cool that you can get loads of different versions cut, and even a plumb bob, a gnome as well. These are iconic, guys, oh my god. So maybe to get this gemstone cut, I'm gonna go with a turquoise. So I think for the turquoise, I might go with like a little bit of a pointy kind of tower. So that costs 45 simoleons to get that done. If I charge it on the crystal grid, it will give me the ability to gain charisma skill faster, and my sim will also be more successful with friendly socials. That sounds really interesting. Okay, so it looks like my sim is running over to the gemology table to cut the gemstone herself, which is really cool. I know in previous installations of the Sims, you could just send them off to like a committee that would do it for you and you receive it in the mail. So it's really, really cool that we actually get to do this ourselves at a table through a skill mechanism. It doesn't look like it works in first person. Oh my god, I think there's a bug that probably needs to be fixed, but This isn't meant to look like this. As soon as you move the camera in first person, it kind of moves your sim's hands away, which is a little bit immersion breaking, I will say. Oh wow, okay, that's huge. I wasn't expecting it to be so big. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I can just put it on the desk as well, but it will also go in the display cases like that, which is really cool. Maybe for a different piece. I don't know if that shape necessarily matches the box. Oh wait, hang on. Did I just see we could put it on the top of the desk? How did I get that to go up there? What? Okay, when I put my hand over the sim there, it goes on the top. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. So now with this crystal, I can charge it on the crystal grid. It doesn't look like I can now turn it into a piece of jewelry if it's already a gemstone, which is quite important to keep in mind. Okay, it doesn't look like I can actually access it if I put it up there. Let's grab it and put it on the crystal grid. It doesn't want to be, okay. Okay, so it doesn't seem to want to be grabbed off of the gemology table. So let's try and put it on here and grab it. Okay. The Sims 4 is never without its bugs. So it's now charging. So it tells you the amount of time that it's going to take to charge it. Obviously, it's not full moon. It's not telling me when I'm holding my mouse over it, which I feel like it should. But there we go. It's charging, and it will take 6 hours to fully charge. Oh. So I guess we'll come back once this is charged, and in the meantime maybe we can make some jewelry. So you can design random jewelry for 300, or you can go into a little menu that brings up a more specific lot of options. Obviously here we can filter by type, so we've got like a choker here, we've got like a layered necklace here, we've got a more simple one here as well. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have just a simple literally necklace and a gemstone on it without any other details, just for kind of more basic looking Sims, I guess. There's quite a lot of detailed options. Okay, so we've got this one here, which I quite like for all the basic babes out there. Okay, I just got called basic by the game. Thank you very much. This design does not require a crystal, so maybe go with another design for now. Maybe this delicate one might be quite nice. Okay, so we've got a raw ring here. I'm kind of intrigued by the design of this one. I might go with that. We have bracelets as well, and then we have some earrings. So these ones obviously don't require a crystal. And yeah, I'm not massively a fan of the top ones here. Those ones are okay, and some of these locked ones are quite nice as well. At least it gives you incentive to kind of increase your gemology skill. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with the raw ring just to see. So we've got different metals, and obviously if you hover over you can see what properties they have. Death metal is remarkably resistant to corrosion and is speculated to be the material used in the Grim Reaper's scythe. Okay, so I don't actually know if that means it's going to have any repercussions. I know that the crystals obviously dictate what attributes the jewelry has. I think I just want to go with this one right here. It kind of matches the colour as well. Maybe I kind of want to go with like the turquoise. I do have another turquoise, that way I can see the gemstone and the jewelry version. I feel like these two are pretty complementary as well, the Sadnum and the turquoise. And that cost me 50 simoleons, so I guess let's get to work. Oh my god. Oh my god, my cat is freaking me out. Has anyone else had that issue? I keep having my cat come up to me, all happy to see me, and then it just completely freaks out. Its ears get super long and its tongue just kind of springs out. It's really creepy. Okay, so it looks like we're done. We have this beautiful piece of jewelry. So if I click on that, I can sell it, which would be a shame if I did that now. I can wear it, so I can equip it with all outfits or current outfit, which is a really good option to implement. Charge on crystal grid. So I guess we're gonna go do that now, or not. I was kind of expecting there to be bugs, so let's just place it on this surface and see if I'm able to grab it. I should be able to grab it from this one. So I feel like you should probably be able to grab your creation from the desk to go put it on the crystal grid, or just remove it from the desk. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be possible as of right now. I know the pack only released today, so I will give them a little bit of time to fix that, but you can just move it off the desk in the meantime. Okay, so as we can see, the moon is in phase with the little icon, so it's not quite a full moon, but it's almost there. It's kind of like on the right side of being a full moon. So as we can see, they're charging nicely. We've got this nice little effect coming off of the grid. I guess for now we can just fast forward time and just see how we go in the morning. Okay, so we seem to be glowing a little more. So we are fully charged on the gemstone. So now if I put that in my inventory. So we have the gemstone here in my inventory. It doesn't seem to be giving me any buffs. Oh my god, not that glitch again. Stop, I don't like it. Okay, so maybe if I try and place it in the room, maybe that's just me that's misunderstood. Okay, so if we put it on this little shelf just here, let's see if I go up to it, if it will actually give me any effect like it's meant to. Jasmine is just oozing charm, building charisma skill faster, and captivating others effortlessly with her charming aura. You can tell that this is a game. This would not not be the case in real life. Okay, so it seems like it's working if you just place it in the room, but if your sim has it in their inventory, let me just double check. It stops working. Okay, so my bad, it doesn't actually seem to say that it would affect your sim if it was in the inventory. I feel like that should have been the case, and even so, even if it wasn't said anywhere, I feel like that would make sense, but doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, so it's 7 AM now. I guess we can come and check if this is fully charged. I think I did put it on a little bit too late, so it doesn't have 2 days full charge. But I will come and grab it off of the grid. Okay, so we can have different qualities, which is quite good. Obviously, depending on how much experience your sim might have, the quality will differ. So I've made a normal quality ring. It lists the 2 types of elements that were used to make it, which is pretty cool. So we can see that it says here sadnum with turquoise. I think it's a massive shame that the metal doesn't seem to affect the output that it gives your sim and the effect that it has on the room, because the metals do have descriptions. If you have a look in the household collections tab, they do say, you know, this one is close to the Grim Reaper's scythe, so you'd think maybe that if you did die and you had this ring on, maybe the Grim Reaper might be more open to letting you live, but it doesn't seem that that's the case. Oh god, I forgot to change my shoes in CAS earlier, never mind. So we can wear with current outfit. Okay, so that seems to be on the index finger. It's a shame that you can't choose what finger it goes on. I guess it really doesn't matter, but it's good that we've got different slots for different fingers and you can kind of wear different combinations at the same time. I want to see what happens if we layer 2 different pieces of jewellery with different attributes at the same time. We'll go with this delicate necklace design. For the stone, I'm going to pick the metal afterwards. I'm going to pick the crystal first. I feel like that makes the most sense, to pick your crystal first and then the metal, because then you can pick a metal based on the colour of the crystal that you want, and obviously different crystals have different attributes. So for a necklace, I think it might be nice to go with some ruby maybe, or some amethyst. So this is interesting. For the moonstone, we seem to get specific buffs for different occult sims, which I didn't actually hear about. So for vampire sims, their thirst need will decay slower. Spellcaster sim is more successful when casting spells and brewing potions, which is basically like just a general successful buff for your sim. And werewolf sim's fury will build slower and rampages will end faster. So that's a very interesting one, and given that my sim is a spellcaster, I think that we might go with the moonstone for this. Yeah, we'll go with socialite and moonstone on this one and see how that looks. I have heard that child sims can't actually wear any of the jewellery, which is a massive shame, because like I could just imagine a parent making a special gemstone oriented piece of jewellery for their children to maybe bring them luck at school or something. That would have been really nice, but unfortunately children just aren't impacted by this stuff pack at all. Okay, so we just leveled up on the gemology skill, which is great. Okay, there we have it. So this is our finished piece. It looks really, really nice. So we're going to see if we can grab this or not. Let's try and put it in our inventory. Okay, it doesn't seem like we're able to grab this, unfortunately. So we're going to have to do the same method as earlier. Okay, great. That looks really nice. I'm really pleased with how that came out. So I've got the charismatic charm from the ring. So if we take the ring off and just double check. Okay, so it does seem that there is some sort of problem with this necklace. Maybe it's because I equipped it when there was already something on. So let's try and remove it. It's because I haven't charged it. Okay, it's starting to make sense now. So let's remove the jewelry. So let's just fast forward to into the night and we'll give this a little go. It doesn't have to be fully charged for me to be able to use it. So we were actually invited to come and duel with Belinda Crumplebottom. I actually made a video on that quite recently, so if you're wondering how there's Crumplebottom witches, all will be explained in that video. Go watch that after this one. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to see if the necklace actually does help us succeed in this battle, so let's give it a go. So immediately we can see I have Arcane Ascendance. Jasmine can now harness the full potential of her powers, becoming an unparalleled force for the supernatural. Okay, that's awesome. Luna's back to watch the duel. Oh, we just took a hit. She blocked us. She keeps blocking us. Okay. Oh my god, okay. We definitely didn't win that one. So maybe it doesn't like make you some sort of unrecognizable force. She is a much higher spellcaster level than me. I think we should give it another go and maybe just see if we do win. Duel for ingredients. Maybe she'll give us a stone to make a piece of jewelry out of. Okay, good little block there. She's getting us again. She's getting us again. She did take a hit there though. She didn't the first time. Blocking. Okay, we seem to be doing a little better this. Never mind. Ooh, we look like we're winning. We've won. We won it. We won it. Okay, the necklace has redeemed itself. Something that's really interesting is that you can actually propose with the rings that you make in the game now. So normally Sims will propose with an engagement ring and then that will kind of disappear into thin air after your Sims accepted the proposal. And now if you actually propose with a ring that your Sim has made or bought, it will actually stay on the Sim that you proposed to, which is fantastic. I feel like that's a detail that they could have maybe left out accidentally, but I'm so glad that they are really paying attention to detail with things like that in this pack. They have added in this update for this pack, they actually added this cart to the base game. Now for some people this seems to be pulsating, for others it's not, and I've been playing with this for about 2 days now and it doesn't seem to be pulsating for me, which is great because that would give me like severe sensory issues. Like I would not be able to deal with that. Constantly flashing at me up in the top of my screen. It really bothers me that the actual icon is bigger than the other icons. Like it's a little too big, and I feel like they've done that on purpose to kind of attract your eye more towards it. So I do just want to see if I make the same necklace with different stones and crystals, if it will actually show up different to the one that I'm wearing now, particularly the metal part. I know the crystal part will probably look different. Okay, so yeah, as we can see, it definitely does look different. The actual like wire part, if you will, is kind of red, and the actual stone is citrine, so obviously yellow. That does look really nice. I feel like you can be really creative, and it's such a fun thing when you're able to apply your creativity and ideas into the game. Instead of just making a necklace with a stone, you can choose the different combinations of metal and stone, which is really cool. Okay, so coming back to what I said earlier, I wanted to see if we could actually lay out a piece of jewelry on this bust, and it doesn't look like you can, unfortunately, which would have been cool. I don't really see the point of this. I mean, it does look quite nice as a decoration, but if it's not functional, I don't really see the point of it with this pack. But there you go. I couldn't expect it to be absolutely perfect. Overall, I've really enjoyed discovering this pack. I was blown away by the build buy. I really like the jewelry designs that Aretha B worked on. I personally don't like all of the designs, but I will say I am very fussy when it comes to jewelry. I only wear very specific types in real life. There's a few glitches that they need to iron out still, but obviously this is still the day of release, and such a huge thing as not being able to remove the jewelry from the actual desk, I imagine will be fixed quite quickly. But honestly, I would have put this in the top tier on my ranking video. So this stuff pack would join Paranormal as being the only stuff pack that I would truly recommend buying. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of fun, and I wasn't actually looking forward to the gameplay side of this pack necessarily because it's not normally how I play my game, but I've had a lot of fun today. So there we go, guys. That was my first ever pack review. So let me know if you like this sort of content. Obviously at this stage I'm still a very small channel, so your input really does affect content. Tell me what you think. Do you prefer reviews and rating videos like my last one, or do you prefer lore, or do you like a mix of everything? I did do my first ever giveaway for this pack with the EA Creator Network. I hope to be able to do these giveaways every single time a pack releases, so make sure you subscribed to see any future updates on that. I do just want to say a big thank you to Alicia Page for being my first ever Patreon. If you do want to join my Patreon, the link will be in the description down below. It really will help me to be able to spend more time making more content for you. Thanks for watching, bye!